everybody, this is Alyssa from Minkarts and Crafts, and today we are here for a video that I was bullied into doing by Natalie over at Die Cooking Diamonds. So this is going to be, oh stop glaring at me, Sushi. This is going to be the 10 diamond paintings that I have in my hoard that I will probably never actually do. And the purpose of this, I know when you watch Natalie's video that she did a few weeks ago, hers was to kind of pick, okay, go through these 10 kits, and pick which ones she was going to work on next year in 2027. So I'm going to kind of see which ones do I actually kind of like, I haven't seen them unboxed in a hot minute, which ones am I actually going to work on. But also at the same time, maybe I'll find that I really am not a super fan of the artwork. And for me personally, do I want to actually de-stash said kits? So we're going to go through 10 kits that I have in my hoard. Some of them I absolutely love, but I'm like, will I ever actually work on it? Probably not. But we're going to kind of go through them, see how they look, and see which ones they are. I kind of went through ahead of time. I think there's one of them that I'm going to change to something else, but I did kind of go through into, okay, I need to pick, oh, Sushi, move, Sue. Keep walking, Carcass. Thank you, Fluffy Butt. She's so funny. So we are going to go ahead and pull up the kits in my Gems Flow, because I did kind of look through ahead and see. All right, so these are going to be the 10 kits that I will probably never actually work on, and we're going to go through them kind of in an alphabetical order. I believe mostly in alphabetical order, and kind of see which ones they fall under here. Some of them you guys are going to be like, really? That's on your list? And yes, honestly, yes it is. So first up, the cats are going to be super happy because this means that they can go in the closet right now. So the first one we're going to do, let me open this up. It's going to be one of my big ones in the closet of closets of all of the stuff. So we're going to go ahead and take a look. There it is. I knew it was going to be relatively easy access for this kit. So now I just need to open it. Let me bring this chair over here so I can use the chair to put it on. And we're going to see this first kit, which is actually a Yume canvas. Shock and awe. But it's, you guys won't be surprised when you see which Yume it is. So there, and I'll talk a little bit about the reasons why I'm putting each of these things on the I will probably never work on it train. But for me, you guys know, I will do square diamond paintings, but it takes me a lot to like get myself worked up to do said square diamond painting. Also, at the same time, if they're massive square diamond paintings, that's part of it. I'm going to take the drills out. This is one pack of drills. Huge pack of drills. We're not really going to get a good feel for the color. Here is another pack of drills, which has some really gorgeous greens and teals and aquas in it. But 2 packs of drills. Now, let's see. Which canvas is this? The canvas is almost as tall as me. So we're not even going to be able to see all of it. This right here, this massive canvas that you can't even see all of because it's legit almost as tall as me. This is Boundless from Yume. So it is a huge honking canvas. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous canvas, but this thing is huge, huge, huge. It's like multiple diamond paintings in one. Like even if I can't even, my wingspan for side to side, you are not going to climb it. My wingspan for side to side, this is with it laying on its side and I can just barely hold it up. So Boundless from Yume, which, see, that's what happens. You fall, Sushi. So this canvas has 59 colors, which includes 1 AB and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 dust drills. I'm going to come back down to the bottom so we can see the deets of it. And it is a 69.9 centimeter. So realistically, that is the absolute widest that I like to go at all, by 150.8 centimeters. So basically it is like a 27 by 59 inch canvas. I am 65 inches tall, 60 inches is 5 feet. So literally it's 5 feet tall canvas. I really like the bottom. I have it upside down right now. I really like the bottom. I think that's my favorite part, is this portion right here. But this is the first canvas that is going to go on my canvases that I will probably never actually work on. I absolutely love it. At some point, I will pull it out and work on it. But like right now, it is super intimidating. One, so many colors. Two, there's a lot of confetti in this sky that you guys can see in there. There's a lot of confetti in this sky. So you guys know me, I'm not a big confetti person to begin with. So confetti, also massive, also square. So that is the first one on the list. It's huge, it's so big. Like I have to actually put it on the floor to try to get it started to be able to roll this sucker back up. It's like literally you could do 4 canvas, you could do like 3 50 by 70s side by side, make up this one canvas. That's how freaking huge Boundless is. It's mind-blowing how big this canvas is. So yeah, and I know that a lot of people are raving about there's like a basically a mega canvas event going on for 2027 where you work on a canvas where the sum of its two sides is like 200 centimeters. This one would very easily qualify for that challenge because, I mean, like literally it's a 70 by 150. It's so big that it barely fits inside the box. It's literally that big. It's a pain in the butt to get it in. So that was the first kit on the list. I got a little bit warm, so we had to ditch the hoodie. Next up, so that was Boundless. Next up, this kit is one that I love the artwork. What are you doing, Sushi? What? Okay. So let's pull this one out. This is the only Hannah Lynn that I actually own. And if you guys are tracking anything, there was some major drama with Hannah Lynn and Diamond Art Club back, like a year or two ago. I have actually never worked on a Hannah Lynn, and this is the only Hannah Lynn that I own. And this is one that I chose not to give her my money with that whole like smackdown of stuff. I chose not to give her my money, but so I ended up getting this kit on D-Stash. So drills, this is a square drill canvas, lots of 310 in here. That's what all of this dark on that side is, 310. But this image is Chinese New Year from Hannah Lynn. So this is from her company, actually, Hannah Lynn Diamond Paintings, their 2025 Premier Collection. This has 55 colors, which includes 2 ABs and 1 dust drill. What are you doing, Carcass? Yes, you. I heard your squeaky self. So this one right here, I will pull it up for you. It's not bad size-wise. It's a much better, more tolerable size than Boundless. So this right here is the Hannah Lynn Chinese New Year. This is the artwork. Here it is sideways so you guys can see it, like the full gamut of it. It's not a bad size point. It is a 60 by 81 centimeter square drill canvas, and it has, like I mentioned, it has, oh, I hate it when they do the upside down legend. That's a me thing. 55 colors. So with this, the 55 colors and like the 3 specials, this is a really pretty canvas. I actually have seen some people do some major enhancing on this canvas, and it looks really good when they go through and enhance and bling it all out. I really want to work on this one just because it's going to be so colorful. It's so, so, so colorful because it's, very, very much beautiful colors. I want to go all out with this on the enhancements like I've seen some people do, and it'll look really good. The thing that I'm so hesitant about, one, there's still I have to feel like I'm ready to actually work on a Hannah Lynn after all of like that drama and everything. And the biggest thing for me was the fact that, the rendering artists, she thought she could just take her renders and move to a new company with her renders. And the rendering artists put in a lot of work. It's not just run this artwork through a program and pop out, the new hand render charting for it. It's a whole lot more work than that. A lot of work. So the fact that she was completely disregarding all of the work from what these people had done and just thought she could just take and, pull the render and go somewhere else with it. That was the biggest thing that I had an issue with in for everything. But it's a beautiful piece. It's very colorful. I can't stand Hannah Lynn's tiny little hands. They feel like little cartoon hands in comparison to the face. That's something that really annoys me, is the hands. But I have to feel like I'm a little bit further away from it, but there is a lot of color on this. It is a gorgeous canvas, and it's definitely one that I want to work on. And this one I think is actually you know, might be a contender. Maybe I'll do this one for my Lunar New Year DP along next spring. So January, February timeframe. Maybe this is the kit that I would do for my Lunar New Year DP along. We will see. I'm not sure. I feel like I don't like to super plan things out that far in advance unless it's like event kits, but I have so many kits that would work for my own event. So I may decide on something else. We will see. But that is the Chinese New Year from Hannah Lynn. And like I said, this one, it's definitely right up there. And I think this one right now is a contender that I feel like, yeah, I could actually do this one in 2027. I know Boundless, I can guarantee you I am not going to get to Boundless in 2027. I have so many other Yume canvases that are like big, massive, behemoth Yume canvases that I need to make my way through. So Boundless, being a newer one, is low man on the totem pole for getting done in a timely manner. Just the fun trying to take care of kids. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Ugh. But I would say Chinese New Year, definitely top of the list as far as kits that I think that I might actually work on in 2027. So that's this one right here, Chinese New Year. Now, let me go ahead and pop it back in. Okay, so those were the first two. We still have 8 more to go. So next up on the list, this one, there's a couple of them that will probably surprise you guys. I think it's in this box. Let me move my computer. What are you doing, Carcass? Not that one. Oh, there it is. Okay. So I'm going to leave it in its box, or I'm going to leave the box in place, and I'm just going to pull the canvas out. So this one right here. What are you doing, Sush? She's like, I will climb these diamond paintings in the closet. You're going to fall. It's not going to work. You're going to fall. Sushi. No. 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 Come here, you. Stop that. Stop that. Stop that. She's like, I will climb. No, you won't. Get down. So, this one right here, this is actually a Mrs. Butter D canvas. So, we're going to take a look at this one. I feel like this might be one of the first times that I've actually opened up the canvas itself, because the plastic is all like newly, first time I always make a mess ripping these open. So this one, it's actually a Christmas canvas. So yes, it's round. It's like a perfect size point. The drills are a super dreamy color palette. Like, look at those pastel colors. Oh, you're funny. They are super dreamy colors, but this right here is the image. So this is called Christmas Candy Box, and it is a 55.6 by 70.7 round drill canvas. The artist is Mrs. Butter D, and this comes to us from Diamond Art Club. And this one has 62 colors, which includes 3 ABs, 1 metallic, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fairy dust drills. So a lot of specials in this image, and it's super adorable. It's super cute. I do really love Mrs. Butter D's work, but at the same time, as I look at this, I love the size point. Like being that 55.6 by 70.7, I do love the size point. It's really also kind of fun that the background is not a solid color. The background is kind of this checkerboarded pattern there, which then breaks it up. I love my color blocking, so actually I don't mind the solid straight background being color blocking. But I don't know, I'm not somebody you guys have probably seen. I have not done that many Christmassy holiday themed canvases over the years. You'll see me do maybe 1 or 2. Even with like Halloween, I don't tend to do a lot of like themed, you know, holiday themed canvases. That's just not me and my style. Maybe one of like super cute ones, but I don't do a ton of like themed canvases. I tend to find things where instead of being like, oh hey, here's, you know, your potion, your Goo-Boos, like I ended up just de-stashing apple pie from Mrs. Butter D to a friend, and potion delivery from I can't remember the artist on potion delivery, and potion delivery as well, that I just recently ended up de-stashing at the retreat to a friend because I wasn't going to do them. But look at this. This is so cute. It is adorable, but I don't know if I'm actually, I think this is one that as much as I love it, I'm like, will I ever actually do this kit? I have actually gone through and pulled some of my larger Mrs. Butter D canvases for de-stash, because like the large square ones, because I was like, I love the artwork, but at the same time, am I going to enjoy the color palette? Because some of them have more of that muted browns color palette. This one is like a perfect color palette But I have another Christmas canvas from Mrs. Butter D. It's called Christmas Drink, and I think I prefer Christmas Drink to this one. So I don't necessarily foresee myself doing this one for those reasons. Literally just because it's like the thematic themed style kit. Also, it's kind of odd when you don't have the rest of her body down here. I get why she's done that, but it's just like, just give me like, you know, a little bit of her dress or something coming down, and I feel like it would look more complete than like the floating body. But anyways, this is Christmas Candy Box, and I think this one I might end up actually pulling this onto like a destash list. I have been on the fence so many times about destashing this kit because I love it. It's super cute, but at the same time, I honestly really do not see myself doing this one. And it's kind of one of those things where like, even like the thought of doing it, I'm like, okay, well, I could do it over Christmas, and I'm like, yeah, no. I would be more likely to do one of the other ones than this one here. So I think that's one that I think is actually going to be pulled for a destash, will be Christmas Candy Box. But as the third one, so realistically, there's one of them that I think I'm going to do next year. Another one, Boundless, that one will probably be forever before I do it, but it's so cute. It's so pretty. What are you up to, girls? Okay, just making sure you're not chaosing. All right, the next one, this is one that's actually going to be probably surprising for a lot of people. I know it's over. There it is. Okay. That's going to be surprising for a lot of people. But again, I have been trying. I have so many canvases, and I've been like, I need to have some kind of limit. I can't just buy absolutely everything just because I love it. And even the artists that I love, I'm like, I can't collect everything from these artists because I'm like, I need to look at what I'm buying, even from the artists. Granted, Yume, I have never seen. Well, we'll get to that. There's only one Yume that I do not care for. But otherwise, every single Yume has been one where I'm like, okay, I have to have it. This canvas right here is actually a Liubka canvas. And I was kind of between like two different ones to put in here. This is a Liubka canvas. This right here, you can see it is such a dreamy color palette. Very dreamy color palette. And it is square drills. So this one is called Christmas Tree Angel. And it is from Liubka. And it is so stinking cute. It is adorable. And I was really torn whether I was going to put this one in or if I was going to put the other Christmas Liubka in here. Which one of the two? Because they're both, again, they're Christmas themed. And I just talked about the fact that I am not somebody that really does a lot of Christmassy themed canvases. So yes, this is Christmas themed. I do love the green pastels for the background. As we come up to the top, when I do work on this one, if I do work on this one, I'm definitely going to extend this pattern right here up into this really light color here, because for me, that is just an awful lot of basically 5200 color blocking, which I love my color blocking, but that's a lot of like one color. And those really light colors, when you color block in squares and you place like me, which means you place like crap, that definitely makes it really visible. So I was going to extend the pattern on the walls with the lines that we're seeing in here, and then these like stars, the wallpaper. I was going to extend that up into this portion of the canvas as well, because I feel like that would go well. It's a very cute canvas. It's a great size. It's only a 55.8 by 78.7 centimeter square drill canvas, 35 colors. It's got one AB, one crystal, two funky special, basically two quad cubes, and two fairy dust. So it's got some really great specials in it, and I have plans for kind of like enhancing it. This one I'm like on the fence. I'm like, do I actually work on this one for the holiday season or not? Would I rather do this one, or would I rather do the other Christmassy Liubka, which is called Winter Cat? And that's the cats in the window with like the orange and red and garland and whatnot and lights around it. So I'm like, which one would I rather do? Because they are both. I want to say the other one though is actually rounds, and I think that's why I ended up pulling this one, because this is a square drill canvas, and you guys know me and my squares. I'm more likely to do a round, so that's why I pulled this one. As you know, am I even gonna finish it? This one I've been on the fence about destashing it, as much as it like hurts my heart to destash a Liubka, but I've also been like really strict lately about looking at what Liubkas I'm buying, because I'm like, okay, which ones do I want to do? Because yes, as much as I love how I made the color swap on my kitchen cats and turn it into a blue canvas, at the same time, do I really want to have to color swatch every Liubka that has a color palette that I'm not a fan of? like with the yellows and those colors. Am I going to do that or what? So that is the Christmas tree ornament canvas from Liubka. And that one, I'm like, I don't know if I see myself doing that one next year. So I think right now, like our #1 contender for actually working on it next year is going to be Chinese New Year from Hannah Lynn. So that was canvas number 4. Next up, we have one that, let me see if I find it in here. All right, so this next canvas is a really pretty kit. I feel like it was kind of one of those things where I've had to stop myself from purchasing things when I go to like retreats and such from like sponsor showcases, because then I find myself buying things where I'm like, am I actually going to work on that? I don't know. So this canvas is from a shop that I haven't really seen them around. I don't sense like that year, but it's from Gemstone Creations. I think that we are going to take a look. So this is basically, it is an all special drill canvas. So Sushi, do I need to grab your carcass? So these are the drills. We have a crap ton of crystals. It's squares. We have a crap ton of crystals. Yeah, that's right. You just fell. She's trying to climb my diamond paintings in my closet. There's dust drills. There's a handful of ABs and a ton of crystals. That's the majority of these are crystals. Let me go snag me a carcass before she succeeds. No, you're not going up there. No, you do not need to go up there with your fat belly. Just climbing my diamond painting tower in my closet. Get up here. Yes, you. See that sass? See that sass? Okay, so let me grab this canvas for you guys and show you. So again, this is one that's very heavy on the specials. I think it's like a full special drill canvas. There may be certain aspects of it that I decide I need to... Well, hi, I love you too. No, you do not need to go in the closet. Stop eyeballing it. Hi, I love you, sweet pea. I love you. This is actually one of them that I think was on my top 10 most intimidating diamond paintings is actually this one. So we're going to go ahead and put the carcass down. Here you go. And we're going to take a look at this one. This is called Divine Sunset. I am in love with the colors. I've thought about destashing it, but I just love the artwork and I love the colors so much. So this I think was actually a Shutterstock type image. This is a 70 by 105, so big. And especially for a square drill canvas, but it's legit all specials. I will probably end up going through and kind of swapping some of the crystals for non-crystals because I feel like there's a ton of crystals in this. It is a beautiful, beautiful image, and I really want to see what it looks like with all of the drills down on it. And I love mandalas. I love mandalas in that aspect, as you can evidence by the fact that I actually have some mandala tattoos. I've got 2 of them on my shoulder, and I've got like 3 big ones on my hip. So I love mandalas, and I think they're like, they're just gorgeous. The color palette on this is super stunning. How many colors do we have on this canvas? We have 56 colors, and out of those 56 colors, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ABs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 fairy dust, a metallic, I don't know what PT310 is, another AB, and 4 more fairy dust. So we have, and then the rest of them are crystals. So the first 32 colors are all crystals on here. So a ton of crystals on this, and they're square drills. So that's something that at least they're colorful with the crystals, but I may have to balance out some of those crystals because I'm not a big crystal person. So maybe swapping like some of the greens for like a crystal confetti, maybe swapping into some of the ABs. This one actually is like really contending up there pretty high for working on this in 2027. That's actually, it's pretty high on my list. This one, it's like every time I look at it, I'm just like, this is why I bought it. It's so pretty, and I feel like it's gonna be so fun to do something that's not full crystal, because I don't like canvases that are completely made out of crystal, and this one is not fully made out of crystal. We have those other specials in there. Ooh, I'm standing on the washi tape. Okay, so there are other specials in here. The ABs is a little bit of metallic, some dust drills. So I'm going to probably swap out some of the drills on this, but I am like really like, you know what? I think I'm actually gonna work on this one in 2027. So right now my 2 contenders for 2027 is the Hannah Lynn and Divine Sunset. I feel like I'm really close. Like those ones would be fun ones to do. Well, some of these crystals are just so pretty. Like there's this beautiful purple crystal. Oh my goodness, those purples are really pretty. Like look at those purples. It doesn't come through very well, but those are really pretty. There's pinks, there's purples, there's pinks, there's oranges, there's reds. And then we have all the rest of our colors coming down. But that is Divine Sunset. And that, I think, was what, canvas number 5 for the list. And like I said, this is actually one that I'm like, you know what? I think I might actually end up having to work on this one in 2027. Time just gets away from us. But I think this one is a very high contender to be worked on in 2027. Of the two. I'll have to decide how many I want to pick for 2027. I know Natalie was picking like 2 of them that she was going to focus on, but then she had some that she was doing for like her like scavenger hunt, all of that. So this is Divine Sunset, and this one I think I really am going to try to do this one in the 2027 time frame. It's also in my I have a laundry basket in my closet of which I'm down to just the 1 laundry basket, which is really good because I used to have 2 laundry baskets in here. I'm going to turn it around so you guys can see what it looks like in here. So, I know that's a fancy wall. There are the cats, happy to be in the closet. These are my tubes. This is what I store the really large paintings that don't fit in my my flat storage. They get stored right here. These are all of my massive kits, i.e. those are basically almost all Yumeis right down there. And then we come over here. In this laundry basket are my large canvases or the canvases that came in weird storage. Sorry, I got to snag me Sushi and pull her off the diamond paintings. So these are all, I had 2 containers of it. These are ones that were like small shops or they came in massive boxes, like the weird mid-sized boxes that Diamond Art Club had that were larger. They were like taller than a regular box, which was really annoying. Like Dreamer Designs boxes, things like that. Those are ones that were kind of all in that era, and I took them out of their massive boxes and put them in the laundry bags. And I had 2 laundry baskets full. Now I'm down to just the 1 laundry basket full. For that, I've actually, as much as it looks like my diamond paintings have exploded out here, this is actually a good thing because it means that these kits are all smaller sized kits, like the 50 by 70s, whereas these are the massive ones in here. Those are all the beasts, which thankfully is down to just that many. And then these are like my Jada Gem shop and my Diamond Artisan shop right there in the middle. And then a handful of like eclectic other small shops kind of right up into that top part that didn't fit into there. But that is mostly organized. The ones that are not in boxes are usually my Mini Mates and Diamond Delights. So anyways, that was Divine Sunset, which is definitely, I think that's like going up there top of the list as far as ones that I will probably end up, that I want to try to work on and make a point of actually working on in like the 2026 time frame. I think that would be a good one to do. So that was kit number 5, right? Next up, we actually have another Mrs. Butter D. And this one, it's really cute. I love the color palette. I love the size point. But, however, let me grab it. Here it is. Have I even never actually opened this kit? Wow, I'm shocked about that. So, let's go ahead and open it. I'm like, how did I get around never having actually opened this kit? I purchased it in that time frame where I was not opening all of the new kits, or I may have opened it on the other side, but I think I just haven't opened it yet. I do have to pull and toss the plastic and butt piece of it off because otherwise Sushi will chew on it. Because Sushi is addicted to plastic. She loves plastic. All right, so now let's go ahead and take a look at this canvas. It is rounds. This is a Mrs. Butter D, and it is rounds. And it looks like I have actually opened it. I must have just opened it from the other side instead of from this side because it doesn't have a toolkit. Or like the card and all of that stuff. I think, or I may have like taken them out. This is my first time looking at the actual canvas. Because it hasn't been that long ago that I decided to start unboxing all of my kits at the end of the month for you guys. Or the beginning of the month, the previous month's canvases. So they stay in a pile there and then they all get opened. I have a whole bunch already for August, and August is still fresh, which is crazy. All right, so this one, I love this color palette. It is such a dreamy color palette. That makes me super happy. And it's rounds, which makes me even happier. And it's small. So this is actually one, oh my goodness, now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, you know what? I could totally see myself working on this like super quickly. It's a 51 by 64 centimeter round drill canvas. It has 46 colors, which includes 2 ABs and 4 dust drills. Sushi Lee. Sushi Lit. Hey, stop. You do not need to climb my closet. Hi. Get up here. Don't even, sassy pants. It is, I'm here for the food. So it's super cute. I love this. And actually, as I'm looking at it, I'm like, you know what? This is so small and color palette wise, I totally can see myself working on this like really soon. I'm like, now I want to like kit it up and work on it. Cause I was like, this is one that every time I like look at my kits, I avoid it. What really has annoyed me to no end has been, again, just like with the Christmas candy box, is the floating no legs. I'm like, how hard is it to just extend some legs down? But anyways, I love the color blocking of the background. This one, the background is just solid color blocking, which makes me happy because I love color blocking. Hi, Sushi. She's like, I'm going to spin around. This is what happens. We dance around. You are not jumping into my closet. No. I'm not holding you. If you're going down, you're going down. Get down. Whoop, she just slid down my leg. So this one, I didn't realize how small this is. Okay, like this is one that I could knock out in just a few days. That's how small and compact it is. I love this color palette. Like I said, it's so dreamy with the colors that we have. They're all lovely pastel colors. I think after I did Cursed last fall, I did Cursed from Mrs. Butter D. And that one like really made me address all of my Mrs. Butter D canvases. And I ended up pulling a ton of Mrs. Butter D canvases for D-Stash because they were the same color palette as Cursed. And I did not, and even though it was rounds and it was small and it worked up quickly, I did not enjoy diamond painting it because of all of the browns in it. So I think the only like really brown toned diamond painting from Mrs. Butter D that I still have and plan on doing is the Magic Broth Ramen Shop, which is that same brown color palette. But that one is just like, the artwork is just so cute. I can't bring myself to get rid of that one yet. So anyways, I think this one, ooh, now I'm like, this one wants to go to the top of my list and be like, ooh, maybe I work on this in 2026. But I've got so many whips that I can't start anything else until I knock out some of these whips. I've been working on my retreat canvas right there. I've got the whole top, I've got that whole bottom half, which is the top of the, what you're seeing done. And I have the background done on the rest of it. So now I just need to fill in with the specials and fill in like all of that colored section right there. But I'm like, I can't start anything else until I finish some whips, which includes this one. And then I need to start my other canvas for Fan Art Fest. So I'm like, there's so many things to decide. I want to do that. And then there's a kit that I just got from Preston Place that's sitting down here that I want to work on like right now, kind of a thing as well. But now I'm like, I want to work on this one right now. That's the hazard. I'm like, if I had more storage, I'd probably just kit it up and have it ready and like in the background waiting for me to finish something. But I need to, yeah, I have to actually finish some stuff. So this one is actually a really high up there contender. I'm going to have to decide because now I'm at like 3 that I'm like, ooh, I want to do that one next. I know Divine Sunset, that's definitely, if I work on it anytime soon, it would most definitely be like a 2027 project. I don't have it in me to work on another, like to plan a big one like that right now. Just because I like being able to do my finishes relatively quickly. And right now, I'm kind of in that. I've got so many whips going, I'm not finishing things like I want to. And if I added Divine Sunset, that would be another kit that would take me forever to do because it's a big, massive behemoth. So that's I'm Here for the Food by Mrs. Butter D. So that one's gone right up there on the top of the list. All right, next up, I have... So this next one, it took me a minute to find because I had to dig through my tubs, which my camera was sitting on my tubs. This is actually a mini set. So it's literally only 2 canvases. So I'm like, I don't know why I've been like so hesitant about doing it because these would take me like legit hardly any time. So this is one I feel like I should pull out and just knock out in between other canvases. But this is basically these are Make Market. There are a couple minis for Make Market and they actually come with their little, they come with the little wood thingies that you do to hang them, the magneted wood borders. They're super tiny, super small. This one, it has some colorful monsteras. So like legit, these canvases would take me no time at all to work on. They are round drills. You can see here's the drill pack. It's a super basic drill pack. And our color legend, it looks like there are 29 colors. There are no specials. There are 29 colors. And it's really, this would not take me long to do these. And then we have a cockatoo on this one, which as you can see, it's very small. So not the greatest like detailed render. So I'm like, I don't know why I keep putting these ones off to work on, because it's like they're minis. They are literally, I could do a section on my canvas and then knock out one of these. Do a section and then knock out one of these. And it would take me like no time at all to work on these two little mini canvases. But these are definitely on my list of things that, you know, am I even going to ever actually work on them kind of a thing. And I'm like, they're so small. I feel like there should be no reason why I can't just pop these out. They're called, I have them labeled, it's like summer minis. They're from last summer, and they're made so that way, you know, here's the wood things that the wood hangers that they go with. So realistically, they're going to work up really quickly. And there's the 28 colors. I only got these back in March, so they're relatively newish, but at the same time, I'm like, okay, am I going to work on these? I need to work on these. But at the same time, I'm like, well, am I going to work on these? Because I have so many mini kits that I've been trying to like slowly and gradually do. So these ones are kind of ones that I'm like, well, do I even want them? Or do I want to just like gift them to somebody? Because it's a small set. It's just these two minis. And yes, they would take me no time. But I'm like, but when I'm faced with doing these or working on, you know, like Fairy Tales Mini Dazzles or some other random thing, am I even going to work on them? That's the dilemma that I have. Am I going to do it? What, like, are we going to work on it? Are we going to finish it? So that right there are the summer minis. I'm going to set them off to the side rather than putting them back in their storage container. So that was the Make Market summer minis. And those are ones that, like, legit, they will take me no time to do. But I think I actually, rather than saying, oh, let me just work on them, I think I'm just going to pull them out. Because I do have a slightly larger, like an 8x10 sized Make Market that is Monstera, but like more just like the greens with a black background that I will do before I went and pulled those ones. So I think, honestly, I think that's another one that's going to go in the D-stash pile. So that's two of them that I think I'm going to go to the D-stash pile. Christmas candy box and summer minis. All right. Next up, we actually have another Yume. And this, I think, is actually my least favorite Yume of all time. I just have to find it in here. Oh, there it is. Ugh. I need my scissors again. Because apparently I have not opened this one. It's one of the old ones. It's one of the older Diamond Art Clubs. And it's in the old style box. So where every box came in, you know, the same pink box. But then there's also a bunch of these that... Oh, yep, see, look, there's even still the stickers. This is my first time opening this box. So this is a Yume, and it's actually called Phases. It's one of the older Yume's, and I almost did not purchase this kit. This is the only Yume that I actually really hesitated about purchasing. And it was only when I kind of got to the point where I'm like, okay, I have every other Yume. I'm going to go ahead and purchase this one. Did I finally break down and purchase this one here? Hey, stop chewing on your tail, Carcass. Mo, stop. That's no, we don't chew on. No, leave the tail alone. Stop. Yes, I will poke you with the diamond painting. Stop chewing on your tail, girlfriend. She said, Mom, I must chew on my tail. Stop chewing. You're a turd. Okay, so we are going to open this up. This is my first time opening this canvas. The color palette, and this is the biggest reason why, is the color palette has a lot of these like orangey red tones, and that's not, it's a very warm color palette. And if you guys have gathered, I'm not a big fan of like the really warm color palettes. Would you stop, Lou? No, stop chewing on the tail. Stop, it's soggy, it's gross, stop it. Mo, hey, Mochi, stop with the tail. That's right, I just squirted you. Enough with the tail. She'll sit there and she'll chew on her tail to the point where it's like you can hear her gnawing on it. And I'm like, oh, it hurts my ears. So this right here is Phases. It's from Diamond Art Club, and this is a Yume canvas. So essentially it's the phases of the moon that you can see kind of scrolling through here. So we have all the way from like the waxing, full moon, waning moon, all the way up through. So it's got those phases of the moon. It's got some great sky. It's like, I feel like the entire thing is essentially just all clouds and sky. And then you have your girl sitting here in the bottom with this long flowy hair. That's the white character on the bottom. This one is a 76 by 51 centimeter round drill canvas. And it does have 4 ABs. This is old enough that it has those atrociously big red guide circles. from Diamond Art Club. So that's what this image is. One, it's not a color palette that I really enjoy. It's a very warm color palette, so that's one of the biggest things of why I haven't worked on it. I mean, if you look at that, that's the original art. Like, the top half, not horrible. It's this whole bottom portion here with those oranges and reds that I'm like, eh. And I don't know, this has never been one that really spoke to me. So I feel like this is one that I'm going to have to like be like, okay, I need to just put it in the rotation and do it. And get it done. But this is, like I said, this is the only Yume that I have had any kind of, like, hesitancy about doing, has been phases. Every other Yume, I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to do it, but at the same time, I don't want to do it. This one, I'm like, I just don't want to do it. But I'm not going to get rid of it because I have every single Yume, and I love every single Yume except for this one. So I feel like that's one that, I don't know why, it's never been one that really spoke to me. Or anything. So that's been always like one of those huge aspects of it. And we're going to put our sticker sheet back in here. Size point wise, this is one that would work up pretty quickly. It's not very big. It's small. It's round. There's not a ton of colors. So it's back in that happy place before Diamond Art Club went crazy with feeling like they needed to have every canvas be 90 plus colors. So it's back in like that 40 color range, which is a happy range to be at for me. So I like that color range. I like the size point for it. I'm just not a biggest fan of the color palette. So that's always been my biggest draw for why I haven't actually, oh good grief. Now I can't put it back in its box because there's still a toolkit in the box. Oh my gosh. Let me see if I can slide my hand in the box and, because it's buried. So yeah, here's the toolkit. Toolkit removed. Because it's like I couldn't put it all the way in because it was hitting into the toolkit because this is my first time opening this canvas ever. So now the toolkit has been removed from the box and I can actually put my canvas back in the box. Because it's buried in, I don't feel like pulling the box all the way out to try to, I had to like slide my arm in. So anyways, that one, I really should put that one, but I don't feel like I'm ready to work on that one. So we're going to continue to avoid that one and go from there. So next up, we have a mini made. I need to figure, which one is it? I'm looking all over for this canvas, not finding it where I put my other bagged Yume's, and then I realized that the reason I'm not finding it is because it was in my laundry basket, or my Yume's, because it was in my laundry basket of diamond paintings instead of being in, like, sitting on the shelves. So that's why I couldn't find this one, because I was looking in the wrong spot for it. Okay. So this one right here, this is a tally sketch. It's a really cute piece, but this one is one that is most definitely on my, and it is rounds, which is nice, but at the same time, it's kind of on my list of, do I think I'm ever actually going to work on this kit? So we're going to take a look at it and see. I think this is one that has been discontinued now. So here is the drill pack for it. There's our drills. And this is called Sand and Spells by Tally Sketch. So that's the image, and there are 51 colors, which includes 4 AVs. And we're going to take a look at the actual canvas here now. So it is rounds, which is its one saving grace as far as like size point, because it is a 61 by 90 centimeter round drill canvas. It's very, very cute. I do really like the image, and I love like the inclusiveness, because now you don't have this like skin and bones skinny girl. You have like an actual like realistically shaped woman on this image, which I love. I also love the fact that she's got like tattoos that you can see on there, considering the fact that I also have tattoos. So I do love the fact that she's got tattoos, but at the same time, I'm like, I bought this one, and now I'm kind of at the point where I'm like, do I see myself actually working on this kit? There is a good amount of color blocking on this kit. It is round drills, like I said, and there is a good amount of color blocking on it. But I think as far as like the mini-made canvases that I have, yes, it would work up pretty quickly, but do I really want to do it with it being that big in that aspect? Because yes, it's cute, but I'm like, okay, so this is one that I've been on the fence about for a while, because she's pretty, but do I see myself working on this anytime soon? Absolutely not. And it's like, as I open it, I think the biggest tell is I open it and I look at it and I'm like, oh, I should work on this for some of the other ones. This one, I'm just like, I do really love the artwork, and that's one of the challenges, is when you really love the artwork, but then you're like, I don't really foresee myself necessarily working on this canvas. So this one actually might be another one that I end up pulling to go to my de-stash list and add this over into there, because I'm like, it's kind of one of those things, I look at it and I'm like, okay, yeah, the artwork is nice, but I don't get that like excitement when I open it about wanting to work on it like I do so many other canvases that we've looked at today. Because there's been quite a few that I've been like, oh my gosh, now I really want to work on this now. I really want to do this now. And this one I didn't have like that moment of, okay, I love it, I want to work on it now. So that's, I think, kind of like the telling piece, that I never really had that let me work on this right now moment when I opened it, compared to some of the other ones that we have looked at and seen. So I think that means that I should probably put this canvas in my de-stash pile if it's not going to bring me joy in that aspect. Why are you not? Come on. Oh, I hate it when the drills fall out. Come on, get back in. So this is the annoying thing about having them in the bags, is the drills like to fall out of the, if you don't get them plopped in just right. Okay. If you don't get it just right, then you're struggling. You're struggling to get them to stay in and be able to pull the bag back up. All right. So that is Sand and Spells, a round drill canvas, and it is, like I said, a 60 by 90 centimeter round drill canvas. Artist is Tally Sketch, and that's from Mini Me. And I think that one actually is going to be one that I put on my my pull it out of the hoard list. So that's like 3 things that I think that I'm going to actually pull out of the hoard out of these 7, which is not bad. All right, so I think then we've got one more kit that we're going to look at. And this one, I originally was thinking it was going to be a different one, but then as I was thinking about it, I'm like, honestly, I think it's going to be this one right here. So let me pull this kit out. This is a much older Diamond Art Club kit. It is very much an older canvas. It's a small one. I think it might actually be a partial, so that really means that I should work on it, because this will not take a lot of time to actually do. So this canvas is going to be what's called Pug and Smoothie. And it's by Marilyn Casanave. So it's this really cute pug. It's rounds, so here are our drills, but it's a partial drill canvas. And it's a 51 by 51 centimeter, and there are 55 colors, which includes 3 ABs on this one. So we're going to take a look at it. And this is one that I find myself avoiding working on. I kind of have to pace myself whenever I work on any of my pug canvases. So it is one of the older ones. You can tell because of all of like the red guide circles we see on the pug for it. So this is an older one. Partial drill. So the entire background is just canvas. It's a partial in that aspect. So you're only going to be diamond painting the smoothie and the pug. Those are the only 2 aspects you'll diamond paint. So it's super, super cute. If you guys have been with me from the beginning, and a huge shout out and thank you to those of you that have been with me since the beginning in 2023. I used to have a pug, Mylan. She was my baby. I ended up losing her in October of 2023. I ended up losing her. And that was like really tough because she was my baby. She was like literally my spoiled everything. Like I had her like Mochi, I had only had for a couple of years at that point in time. But Mylan, my pug, my sweet baby, she was my baby, and I had her. She was 11. I had her for years. I got her when she was 8 weeks old. So she's my baby. So going from, having her into, let's see if I can. So losing her was kind of one of those things that was really challenging. Losing her because she was my spoiled baby, and I mean, like, how can you resist that face right there? Like that grumbly little face. You'd hear her grumbling in the background of all of my videos. She's just such a spoiled little princess, but such a perfect baby. And that's one of those things. I think I'm finally at the point where I can like think about her, because it's been almost 3 years. We're just a couple months shy of it being 3 years since I lost her. So this is one that I did Halloween pug while she was still alive that September, and then I lost her just like a couple weeks later. So this is one that I've got because I was like, oh, hey, pug painting, but then I haven't been able to bring myself to do, just because it's been so special as far as, it's like the lovely pinks, the pastel color palette, but it's this pug, and it's like the classic pug face with those big eyes. Last year, I did actually feel like I was ready and able to do this one. This is a custom diamond painting that I did of a picture that I took of Mylan, and I had it, I got that one done through Jada Gem Shop, and it turned out fantastic, but I feel like it took me, 2 years after losing her to feel like I could actually do that diamond painting. So I think maybe this fall I decide to pull out and work on this one. It's not something that's going to take me a very long time to do, but at the same time I have to feel like I'm in the mood to do it, because it's one of those things where I still, you know, think about that precious baby. Her nickname was Pig Pig. It was Pig or Pig Pig. She was so spoiled. She spent a lot of time as a grand puppy, so my parents absolutely loved her. Like, when I lost her, like, my mom also, like, my mom and I both, we cried so much after I lost her, because it was one of those things where, you know, she was my baby, and then when I lived in Japan, my parents had her. When I was deployed to Afghanistan, my parents had her. When I was on the aircraft carrier, my parents had her. So my parents had her for like 4 years out of her 11 years. They had her, so, you know, they loved on her. She was their grand puppy, all of that. That's always been something that, you know, she was a very special dog. So that's the 10th kit that I have on my list of canvases. So let me see. Because I decided to swap out. I do also have another one. This is one that I have listed as like one of my rainy day kits. I also have a butterfly pug, which is a newer one of the Amazon ones from Marilyn Casanave, which is super cute. And that reminds me of, you know, when she was a baby. But Pug and Smoothie, that one is one that I feel like I have to be in the right, like, headspace to be able to work on it. So I think that one is the 10th and final one that I am putting on my list, as far as kits the 10 kits that I find myself never actually working on. So as a refresher, we went over Boundless. Absolutely love that canvas, and I'm really looking forward to working on the bottom of it, but I feel like it's going to be a hot minute before I eventually get around to doing that one, just because it's so big and so confetti. Chinese New Year, which that one is like top of the list to work on in 2027. I think I'm actually going to do that one as one of my kits for my Lunar New Year DP along, which would be the 4th annual Lunar New Year DP along, which is the fire goat for that year. But I think I want to do the Chinese New Year next year for my event. I am actually going to pull Christmas Candy Box out to D-Stash. That was the Mrs. Butter D Christmas Candy Box. I'm going to pull her out for D-Stash. As much as I love the color palette, I really don't see myself doing it. Christmas Tree Angel, by Liubka. I'm still so much on the fence about whether I keep it or D-Stash it. So I'm really on the fence for that one. And Divine Sunset, this one I think is now also jumped to the top of the list for 2027 to work on. Maybe I do that one as one of my larger projects for 2027 to do. I'm here for the food. Actually, like, really surprised me seeing it, because I'm like, oh my gosh, just from the artwork, I was like, okay, yeah, it's super cute, but at the same time, I was like, eh. And I've like almost de-stashed it a couple times, but I'm like, you know what? Actually, I'm really excited to work on that one, and I think that one might be, you know, one of those quick palette cleansers that I do as I start working down some of this confetti hoard that I have going over here in my whip realm. The summer minis, which I'm actually pulling those out for D-Stash. These 2 summer minis, I'm going to pull those out. They can give them away to somebody because they're just so, I just don't see myself doing them. Phases, which will probably, like, I will end up working on Boundless before I end up working on Phases. That's like my least favorite of the Yumeis, but I need to work on it, so maybe that becomes a challenge. Pug and Smoothie, which we just looked at, and then Sand and Spells, which I think is the 3rd one that I'm actually going to pull for D-Stash, is Sand and Spells. It's really pretty, really cute, but I don't see myself working on that one anytime soon, and rather than letting it languish and not be worked on and keep getting shuffled and never get worked on, I feel like that one's one that I can let go. So that's 3 of them that I'm going to pull out for D-Stash. And then the 2 that I'm going to prioritize for 2027 are going to be Chinese New Year and Divine Sunset. Those are going to be 2 that I end up pulling. I should actually pull out. I have like an honorable mention that I really am going to, which I think I'm like 99% of the way there for like pulling this one and de-stashing it. So let me show you what that one is. So technically this kit does not fall underneath like the 10 kits that I will never actually work on. You can kind of like kind of modify it and say this falls underneath one of the kits that I will probably never continue working on. That is Totem Phoenix. I swear, this kit, for some reason, I have such a mental block when it comes to working on this kit. I started this kit. Let me see if I can even pull up. Let me see. Totem Phoenix. When did I started working in Totem Phoenix? I started Totem Phoenix in January 25th of 2026 is when I started this canvas. That's when I started it. I have not really touched this stupid thing in probably 2 months. Like my whip, I started it and did the lanterns right here in this section. I did the reds of the lanterns in this area here. And then I put it away and I was like, yeah, no. I started working on some of the other confetti and put it away. And then I put it onto my whip wheel to do as for one of my 26 for 2026. I placed some additional drills down. I basically did the stupid checkerboarding confetti of the leaves. And I was like, okay. And then that was what I did when the whip wheel spun it. And then the next time the whip wheel spun it, I ended up splitting the section that I was working on, which was, from here up. I split the section in half and finished this top half of the section. And then I have not worked on it since. So the last time I've worked on this, oh goodness, I can't even tell you guys the last time I worked on this kit. Let me pull up my timeline and we're going to look and see when the last time I actually touched this kit was. So let's see. Totem Phoenix. All right. The last time I touched it was May 31st. I worked on it on May 31st. Prior to that, April 19th. And prior to that, January 25th. So legit, those are the 3 times that I have worked on this canvas in the last 8 months. 8 months, and I have worked on it and touched it 3 times. Granted, my cross stitch conversion is a forever project on my desk, which I've been working on for over a year. But I have actually laid drills more recently on that. It's just a lot of the border is 310 color blocking, which I don't like color blocking 310. And also I'm working flat, so I can only do short bursts on that canvas. But this one is kind of my honorary mention for my 10 kits that I will never work on. Honestly, this is one that I do not I feel like it's giving in, letting the kit defeat me by pulling chocks and saying I'm not going to finish this one. But I literally am at the point where I haven't touched it for all of June, all of July, and we're halfway through August. So it's been 2.5 months and I have not touched this. I've been finding reasons. If the whip wheel spins it, I find a reason to not work on it. So this is one that, and the reasons why I'm not working on this one really is purely the confetti. It's all legit the checkerboarding confetti on this canvas. If I were to just buckle down and do it, it would go pretty quickly, especially the subject matter, her in the center, she would work up pretty quickly. But I think this is a kit that I think I might, and actually I'm 99.9% of the way there to basically throwing in the towel and saying, nope, we're done. I'm just giving up on this one. I'm not going to put myself through the torture because I find myself saying, oh, whip wheel spun it. I need to go work on it. And then I go do pixels instead. Whip wheel spun it. I need to go work on it. And then I spend 5 days doing Lego instead. Whip wheel spun it. Oh, I'm going to read a book instead. I literally find every reason to not work on this canvas. And that I think is a sign that I've held out way too long and I need to just call it and give up. So it's called Totem Phoenix. It's from the artist Bayonet. It's a 50 by 70 centimeter round stroll canvas. And it does come to us from Oraloa, which, they've been low on my list lately for some of their business practices. There are 50 colors in it, and I think it has 2 or 3 ABs. But that's Totem Phoenix, and I think this one is going to get pulled out of my whip rotation, and I'm just going to call it on this canvas. That just means that I need to pick a new one to go for my 26 that I can start into. I've finished a bunch of canvases, but I haven't designated a new one to put on for 26 for 26. So maybe I will replace Totem Phoenix. Maybe I replace Totem Phoenix with I'm Here for the Food. Maybe that's what I end up doing because that actually sounds like a good plan. I may actually do that because then I'm replacing a round, smallish size with another round, smallish size. So I might actually do that. And then you still have a central subject of a person, of a girl on there. But that is Totem Phoenix, and that is my honorable mention because I was honestly, when I thought about the 10 kits that I will never work, sorry, sushi. When I think about the 10 kits that I will never work on, legit Totem Phoenix is top of the list. I'm my brain is Totem Phoenix, I'm never going to finish it. So I think that's a sign I need to just pull chocks, call it on that canvas there. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed doing this, and huge shout out and thank you to Natalie for forcing me into doing this canvas or this video of the 10 kits that I'm never going to work on. I know unlike Natalie, I am going to end up destashing some of the canvases that I just looked at, whereas Natalie is going to end up working on them. But for me personally, if it's not going to bring me joy, or I find myself avoiding working on it to a certain extent, and I really don't see myself ever doing it, I would rather pull those kits out of my hoard, so that way I can get them to somebody else it's gonna bring them so much more joy. Especially when you consider that I have a plethora of overabundance of canvases, and I'm still trying to work through a lot of my older ones, so that way I can come through and work on the newer ones. I haven't even made it to working on any of my canvases from the pinkening. So the pinkening is basically when Diamond Art Club started adding the perforated covers. People were complaining about not being able to see, so they added like red lines on the perforated covers where the perforations are. And then there was like this couple month period where they produced all of these kits, and they had those pink lines, and then you peeled back the cover, and the plastic cover had been put on backwards, so that ink got transferred, that pinkish red ink got transferred directly to the canvas. So you have all of these kits that were kind of in this like pinkening era, which I have some of them. I just have not actually gotten to working on any of them because I've been trying to work on some of the older things. But it's kind of like rewarding looking at my hoard and seeing the majority of the kits, at least for the Diamond Art Club kits that we look at on my hoard, seeing that the majority of them fall underneath the newer style box. So these are the old boxes here. So these are all going to be old boxes that you see scattered in there. They're before they added the label on the butt. And then this is like the medium grade are these ones. This is like the newer version where they printed it directly on here. And then the newest ones, they've just been doing as a sticker. So that's what these ones are, all the newer ones with the sticker on them. So that's like a couple different eras. Like this one, the sticker is kind of like peeling off of it. Also, I like that when they moved to having the pink versus the blue being the squares and then the pink ones being rounds. The old ones I had to actually go through and label. So that's when you see, Water Tiger is a round, Fisher Gal is a square. And then, like these ones were ones that I got off of D-Stash, which is why they have the stickers on them for that right there. Those are my Safina art ones. So as you can see, like the bottom two shelves are basically all Yumeis. That is all 100% Yumeis right there. And then the next, which you can see that middle bunch of them, and those are all my square Yumeis. So even those ones in the old style boxes are square Yumeis. And then these are, these ones here on the bottom are round Yumeis, with my old ones being right through there. So I need to kind of work on the older ones before I can bring myself to do more on the newer ones. But anyways, that is, so it's been rewarding to kind of go through them, but at the same time, I'm like, I need to continue making progress through them. And I have so many things, like I said, I've got so many in my hoard that I can't keep literally everything. If I'm not going to work on it and it's not going to bring me joy, I need to kind of de-stash it and get rid of it. And I think this was kind of like helpful to really pull out and look at the canvases to really say, am I going to do this or not? And I think that was helpful because now I'm going to pull Christmas candy box. I'm here for the food since I decided I am going to eject Totem Phoenix. This was good because it's like I needed to do this. I've been avoiding like removing Totem Phoenix from my my whip process for ages. I've been avoiding it for a very long time, but I just need to call it. It's not bringing me joy. It's one of those things where I feel like every time the thought of working on it happens, I go to something else and I do something else. So that's a sign I really need to pull it. And like I said, I've got the 3 canvases that I'm pulling out to de-stash, which is the Christmas candy box, the Mini Made Tally Sketch, the mini set. And then I'm also pulling this one out so I can actually kit her up and work on her. So I have to kit down Totem Phoenix before I can kit up this one. But I need to put drills down on I'm Here for the Food, because that one is going to replace Totem Phoenix in my 26 for 26, which means I need to put drills down on it. That's the next step. I have to have drills down on it. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed seeing... Hey, Sue. No, we're not going to go back in the closet. I was just about to close the door. So I hope you guys enjoyed seeing this video. And like I said, huge shout out to Natalie for bullying me into doing this video. It was kind of fun to do. And it really invigorated me to actually work on a couple different canvases that I'm like really excited to do. Like that one I definitely want to do. And I think I also want to... I think I am actually going to do Pug and Smoothie in October as kind of like the 3-year anniversary of losing Mylan. So I think I'm actually going to work on Pug and Smoothie in October. So I've got some kits pulled to actually add to the rotation and work on, so that's exciting. Hey, baby cat. Are you the cuteness? This is the cutest little stinker ever. I got her like literally 3 days before I lost Mylan is when I got this little stinkweed. So the reason why you wonder why she's such a little Klingon and so glued to me is because she was my healing. She was how I healed from losing Mylan, was this little rascal right here. Her ridiculously cute little kitten self that I acquired. I got her that last week of September, beginning of October in 2023 is when I picked up her little carcass. Her little like 14-week-old carcass. And she's been my little Klingon ever since. She has never been separated from me for more than like a week tops. And she is so spoiled. This is my spoiled baby. I could do anything with her. But yeah, this is how I healed from... I think if I hadn't had her, it would have made that healing process from losing Mylan so much harder. But since I had her, that really helped because I was, you know, focusing on wrangling a rascally kitten. And that also helped Mochi too, because then Mochi had this kitten to try to deal with this hassle of a fresh, rascally kitten rather than focusing on losing her dog. But look at the fat belly. She's something, isn't she? She's purring at me. Hi, sweet pea. You are the sweetest baby. I love you. She's just my little Klingon. She just lets me do whatever. Hi. Okay. We are good for now. I'm going to let you guys go. Sushi and I need to go do things. It's late. We need to go to bed because I have to work tomorrow. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.